Hello and welcome to episode 5 of our Timberborn update for Let's Play on hard mode with the Iron Teeth. And before we get any further, there is a lot of stuff that's going really wrong with our settlement right now. So if we don't want all of our beavers to die by the end of this one, we're going to have to fix some stuff. So before we get any further, I'm going to leave the game paused. We're going to very briefly figure out what it is we have to fix. So if you look at our stats here, we're down only to berries. We only have 170 water. We have 62 beavers. So this is approximately 1 day's worth of food and water in hard mode. And we have all sorts of other stuff that we're in the middle of building. We have over here this dam that we want to be constructing, so we can harness all of the water that comes out of these things and redirect it into our main pool here. But that's not going to matter if all of our beavers are dead. So what we're going to end up doing is figuring out why we have not been harvesting all of our crops, because these are pretty much, well, most of them are able to be harvested, ready for whatever, on this side at least. We're just, for whatever reason, not getting in there. We don't have any logs. We have 10. Well, that's because a lot of this hasn't grown yet. So what we're going to have to do is probably clear out some space in a couple different spots and put in some more farmhouses so we can focus on getting food. The water will kind of take care of itself if we unpause our pumps here and maybe build a couple more. We do have these under construction from last episode that have to kind of wait for the rest of this to get built up. And that's a big problem, because if we wait for these to get built before we start pumping any more water, it's going to go bad really quick. Fortunately, most of our beavers right now are good on hunger and thirst stats, and things could be worse. So what we're going to go ahead and do, we did build additional industrial piles for logs up here. We aren't currently storing, well, really hardly any, so let's go ahead and get rid of those 3 right there. We'll get some other logs we can do some stuff with. This storage right here for the kohlrabies is empty. We're going to get rid of it, get rid of those empty water storages, and we're going to put in 2 farmhouses here to help harvest food. We're going to put another one probably somewhere over here once we start harvesting out of this space, because there's a lot of these kohlrabies over here we can't get to because, well, there's nowhere for us to put a farmhouse. So let's set this guy to harvest priority. Prioritize kohlrabies. This guy also, who's currently here, is going to be harvest priority. Probably kohlrabies as well, because that's, well, actually no, none of the ones in range of this farmhouse are harvestable. So let's do soybeans just to get those in here, because we can ferment them in our fermentation building that currently has canola oil. We have plenty of canola oil on hand. We just need the soybeans, and then that turns into a good food source. We have these mangrove trees right here. Then not all of them are harvestable. I'd actually venture to say probably none of them are at this point, but they're all growing fruits, so that's good. Really, our biggest problem is water pumping capacity, but if I turn these on, then eventually it's going to suck all the water out of here, and these crops are going to start dying, which is not ideal. That's why I did build these water dumps, but as a couple of you have pointed out, they're not really in a great spot for irrigating. They're just kind of slapped in a corner because, well, that's where I could put one. I really should have another one somewhere right around here, but I don't. And I'm not going to spend my time and resources really worrying about it, because these are the throwaway crops anyway. If we can harvest them, then that's good. But we got to get there first. And we also need to make sure that we don't eat all of our berries, because then we can't make any more beavers. And if you lose your population of beavers with the Iron Teeth, it takes forever to catch up. If you get down to less than 10, you're pretty much toast. There's no hope. So let's hope that doesn't happen. I'm going to go ahead also and put in another deep water pump over here. We're going to prioritize the construction of that, as well as these farmhouses. These guys are already at top priority, but it's going to take so many resources to get there that I'm actually going to downgrade these. Actually, this entire area right here should just probably be regular. slightly elevated priority. Because we absolutely have to secure food. We have to secure water. Even though we do need these, they're going to take so long, it's really not going to be worth it by the time we get there. We'll unpause those two and get everyone to work, shut down unnecessary jobs like the smelter and the gear workshop. We are still going to need lumber mill because we have to make planks so we can eventually get over here for all this stuff, but I don't know if we're going to get here before the end of the drought. We'll see. Right now, we really just need to make sure we can keep surviving, which is going to become a problem very quickly if we don't address it. And we do have trees that are growing slowly. We also have these lumberjack flags down here that have some more trees that can keep cutting down, but these aren't going to last forever. And once those are gone, then, well, we're not going to have any use for these right here anymore anyway. So that is A-OK. So let's go ahead and get them into turbo mode and let them start going. I think they're going to build this one first, or they should. Maybe not. They might build one of these farmhouses first. Yeah, it's just going to depend on what I clicked first, and I guess it was that. But you can see the water is already... Well, I guess it's not going down as fast as I thought it would. But if we keep pumping out of here, it's going to really, really decrease the lifespan of these crops up here, and I don't want that to happen. I also don't have the resources to put another one of these water dumps up there, so we really, really have to make sure we're not relying on this except as a last resort. Now, all of that being said, I think we really, really should just kind of super emphasize just getting water. Just getting it. So we'll put those there. I can always get rid of them once it floods again. But right now we're in a decent spot if we don't let up and we make sure that stuff just does not get out of hand. So that was already harvesting. This is set to harvesting. This is set to planting. That's looking okay. This right here actually would be a good spot to put one. Not be super in the way or take up more spots than necessary. But they are harvesting, so that seems to be okay. I'll just go ahead and unplant that for now. I'm going to turn these two off because, well, it should be better now that we have 5 of these over here. They finished harvesting all those trees. We can get rid of those. That's looking okay. Yeah, see, now our food is looking a little better. But we really, really need to keep an eye on things. Let's put in as soon as we can. I'm gonna have to keep checking this guy. Just as soon as we can. Put in another farmhouse right here. So they can take care of what they gotta take care of. Outside of that, you know, things are going great. It's just kind of a harrowing prospect right here. How long until these oak trees go? Oh, we're nowhere close. Some of these actually might be within the next 4 or 5 days, but we did kind of get ourselves into trouble by building too much too quickly over here. I really would love to get into these hydroponic gardens, but they require a lot of water that we really can't spare right now. So I think we're going to delay those at least until a little bit further on in today's episode. Oh, I really wish I could, though. It's calling to me. But, you know, not having beavers starve to death is also calling to me. So we'll make that happen. Now, in terms of other construction, we do have over here waiting on logs. Okay, yeah, okay, I can't really cut these down. If we wanted to, Oh, we got oak over here. Any of these? No, these are all just stumps. But it's gonna be hard to get over here too. Except we have right here. Technically, it's probably all right. Why not? Why not? Just stick a couple of those here. See if that's 119 tiles, huh? Wow, that's a pretty long trip. Good thing we literally only need all of these trees. Oh, that's not sustainable. We're going to have to put another district over here at some point, but right now we're not really in a position to be experimenting too bad. We just need the wood. So let's go ahead and mark these trees as cuttable. They're going to come and well, cut the trees after they put the stairs in. The good news is, once they actually manage to finish over here, then everything else is going to be pretty much flood-proof because we finished our top layer over here. Now they can cut those trees down. Our water supply seems to have stabilized. Food is, well, it's looking okay. Could definitely be a little better. But all things considered, I think stuff is going reasonably well. We just really need some of these oak trees to start popping up, and they should in a little bit. But definitely was overlooking the need for additional farmhouses, because some of this stuff really just can't operate without a constant supply of stuff. We actually haven't planted enough, which is why I wanted over here to be, well, something we could actually use. But we can't because it's not all irrigated, and as soon as this water goes away, which is okay, we have a decent bit, but it will definitely be gone before the end of the drought in 8 days. So we're going to have to be pretty careful. So what are these guys actually doing with all of the wood right now? Wow, they've already cut down that many. Sheesh. Okay, they haven't built this yet because they're waiting on logs. I know they have to burn logs for the engine to work. But we have so little actually going on right now that I think I might be able to just pause this. Yeah, let's pause that for a while so we can catch up with stuff. So we are starting to have the oak trees come back. And the only stuff we're really doing right now will run okay on these 2 power wheels. Our oil press is not necessary currently because we have plenty for our purposes over here. That would be very interesting if we could actually get this done, but I just don't see them being able to prioritize that. It is far away. Probably should be a separate district. I have not messed with the new district crossing. I can research it if I felt adventurous, but I don't really think that's in the best interest of anything right now. I'm going to go ahead and actually pause the scavenger flags because, well, we don't really need any more metal right now. We have these builders that should be building. And we're cutting down these trees. As soon as these are all cut down, then those can go away. So where are they going with all of this wood? Because I know it can't really be doing to it. And why have they not? Okay, there it goes. I was about to say, why have they not built everything else? The world may never know. I'll take off the priority there. That should probably stay prioritized soybeans, honestly. Alright, medicine is looking okay. I will lower the priority on that. Now, we have good food. We're still, well, we have okay food. We have great access to water. Man, we're just really not Not doing great in this other regard here. We have plenty of canola seed. Plenty of canola oil. It's these cassavas, man. These can be harvested. They're just going a little slow. I really should plant some more. But I'm worried about them drying out and evaporating over here. Because that's going to be happening soon. Do I actually have storage for soybeans? I'm going to go ahead and prioritize the soybean harvesting because if this dries out, these will die almost immediately. And it's not going to be a fun time. It will absolutely, unequivocally not be a fun time. So we definitely want to harvest those as soon as we can. But man, I cannot believe how fast we're going through food here. Let's actually pause a couple of these breeding pods real quick. By a couple, I mean half. Because right now we're just bit off a little more than we can really afford to chew. The good news is they have started over here, at least getting to this area. I really and truly doubt we'll be able to have anything built here before this temperate season comes back. But we're going to try. We're going to do our best. Now, our haulers should be able to take care of some of this stuff. I'm so reluctant to actually build more stuff over here because I don't want to, well, I can't really get rid of the power wheels because we, actually need those. But I also don't really have anywhere to build anything. We did not do a great job of planning this area out, and we are eating the berries, it seems, which is, not ideal. Really and truly is not ideal. As long as we have the, actually, we're doing so well on water now that I kind of probably should pause those two because they're walking a pretty far distance. So they can go do something else that's a little more beneficial. We have plenty of water. We really should be expanding our fermenters here. But I don't really have anywhere else I can put any without demolishing something, which is really not the best. Not great. So I think, well, I'm just going to have to do it. First off, we're just going to have to get over that. I'm going to build 3 of these fermenters like this. And then we'll have to come back, probably, yeah, we're going to have to do some serious nonsense to be able to actually, take care of stuff. We do have the logs to turn the engine back on, which is good, I suppose. Let's go ahead and prioritize these fermenters. Because we do have, in terms of raw stuff, we have raw soybeans that we could definitely be converting all of this stuff to be fermenting soybeans. Once we have these built for cassavas, and then, well, probably also soybeans. Yeah, we'll do that. We just need these to actually get built. The unfortunate thing is that it's not really very forgiving as far as, figuring out how much of each crop you're going to absolutely have to have. I really don't want to plant more soybeans because I know this is going to go dry. We might last another 3 days, but I don't know. These water dumps are looking okay. I'm just going to leave those on all the time at this point. Alright, this is almost done. Almost. So that can immediately start working on the cassavas. We have 76 soybeans that have not yet to been... well, you know what? No, we'll just start with the soybeans. We'll turn these other ones into... there we go. Alright, so somebody get in here immediately and start working on these soybeans. Please, I'm begging you. Guess we can turn fast mode back on. I didn't really need to turn it down. Because we're not really in crisis mode anymore. Okay, who needs water? Why do we have a building that needs water? Oh, okay, I don't care about that. That's recreation. Doesn't matter. Right now, at least, doesn't matter. Alright, so we're down here. We're down here. And we're almost building these things. I know it's super far away. So it's probably not going great. But they are going to be able to... Oh yeah, look at these guys. They're exhausted. They got to go to bed. Meanwhile, these poor guys are going back down there. Alright, did these finish harvesting all those trees? They sure did. So guess what? They don't have to go to work there ever again. At least not right now. Alright, how are we doing here? He building stuff down there. I probably didn't need to build those. Down there, probably could have moved it up one block. No, okay, no, that's fine. That actually probably should be there. Alright. Well, this is looking okay now. I know this is already dry, which is regrettable. So let's actually swap these around. Prioritize the kohlrabi so they can harvest all those things. But as long as this doesn't dry out in the next day, we should be alright. I know the soybeans are very, very, very quick to dry out and die if there's no water nearby. Some of the other crops will take 2 or 3 days. Not so much with the soybeans. I know the canola is kind of the same way. So really soon we really should be putting more stuff to save here. We actually could I don't know if I want to give up another so many of these just to put another one of these dumps in, but I think that might be what we have to do. Guys, in 1.3 days, we've got 1.1 days left in the drought. I think we're going to be okay. Don't take my word for it. I'll go ahead and pause those because they are just sucking air at this point. We're looking good on the fermented soybeans. That seems to have massively helped, having these additional fermenters in place. Alright, let's put in levee there. You guys know how this works. We just have to, you know, actually get this stuff figured out. I think long term we're going to be fine. Especially since I paused some of the breeding pods. But I am very curious. How's this looking? Alright, we're making some sort of progress. This is definitely not going to be done by the time the water starts coming out. But it does at the very least have to reach this level to come this way. So if we can get at least this first level done, we stand a decent chance of this actually working. I don't know, we'll see. Whenever it gets to that point, we will have to remove these dams, but we're not there yet, so we're not going to do that. And the drought's over. We somehow managed to turn that around. That was a little harrowing, but we managed to do it. Alright, so now we have all of this. If we could actually get this backfilled, that would be really nice. We kind of can't at this exact moment, though. So we're going to do the quote-unquote dumb thing and just put in another water dump here. It's not the most elegant solution. It's kind of wasteful. Does it need to be back in the corner? No, but as we saw, this is most likely going to end up being fine. If we do this, we can plant a lot more soybeans. And cassavas and all that stuff, which is all of this stuff anyway. And I can even put in another farmhouse, which almost certainly needs to exist. Which we'll put, just for the sake of convenience, right there. Go ahead and pre-plant all of this. I think all of these as soybeans would probably be fine. Assuming this guy can actually get down there. Looks like it. I'm actually gonna have that go that way. I think they can get all the way over there, yeah. Oh, I already planted those soybeans, so maybe we don't plant the soybeans down there. Maybe we plant all the soybeans up here. And then all the cassavas can go down here. I think that'll work. They just have a lot of stuff to build. That's not currently building. Water-wise, we're looking okay. I'm not going to turn those pumps back on just yet. Alright, we did have one level that is currently flooded. Alright. If we can get a second one, that would be great. And we are kind of getting there. It's just not super fast. I really would like to be able to save at least a little bit of water. Oh, these poor guys are exhausted because they have to travel all the way down here. I really should have this as a second district, as I'm sure many of you would also agree. But we're just, we're kind of in that desperate growth stage where you just can't slow down or you'll die. Well, what's that movie with the bus that can't go slower than like 55 miles an hour? Where the bus explodes? What a stupid concept for a movie. It's probably great. Oh god, alright. How are we looking over here? We got two of these. Another one halfway in progress, another one partly in progress. Alright, I like our chances. I know we're probably at the beginning of tomorrow gonna get that annoying drought warning. But if we can get at least a little bit of this filled up from this other way around. See, that's got two. Yeah, it's still higher on that side. But we gotta get this done. Let's go, boys. You only have a couple of minutes to make this happen. We didn't get a drought warning? Really? Wow, so that means we're not gonna... Wow, we're gonna have through day 8, I think. Yeah, look at this. Alright, come on. Finish this one up and we're really gonna be cooking. We're gonna be getting somewhere. So they got 2 panels on that side, they got a panel and a half on this side. Yeah, put this last piece in there, and we're gonna be cooking. Well, strictly speaking, we're gonna be flooding, but it's a figure of speech. I love how it takes them an entire day just to get down here. Really and truly, this is irresponsible game playing. But what can you do? And now this is immediately full again. The bad part is I can't build another level of this until the platform gets put in, which is gonna take a while. So even though this is about the same level, we're really not going to be able to use much of this water unless they can manage. Wow, so we're going to have maybe the start of day 9, 8 full days at minimum. I wonder if this is RNG that's helping us out here, or if it's just programmed for one of these cycles to actually not be completely impossible. Well, at least we have water, we have food now. That was quite worrying for a while. But I think we're going to be fine. We still haven't figured out if these trees like being flooded yet. I would imagine they probably don't. But they shouldn't drown, so maybe they just get a little uncomfortable for a few days, and then when the water level recedes, they pick things back up where they left off. I really hope we can get some of these things set up here. But I guess I shouldn't hold my breath. There's the drought warning. So we have day 6, 7, and 8 to finish all of this. The good news is the platform's here. We just need the stairs to be finished. And then we have all these dams to get put in place. That seems to be working out okay. Didn't quite get everything finished up, but it is progress. And this is water we can eventually use, if nothing else, in the next temperate cycle. But not all of it will evaporate either, so that's going to help. And if this ever gets low enough, we can just delete these, and then there will be plenty here that won't evaporate because it's deeper than it is wide. Yeah. Yeah, just get us all the wood down here. I know I should have had wood exported down here. That would have been way smarter, but it's not meant to be. I do appreciate how this water all coming in has not reached these deep water pumps yet. Okay, so these are flooded and will die in 15 days. At least they take 15 days, because this water is definitely going to be receded by then. The warehouse with canola seeds is flooded. To absolutely nobody's surprise. Well, at least we have water here. I'll turn those back on, turn those off. Okay, these are all flooded, that's fine. We don't really need all of that. How's this? We haven't built a single one of these, really. Okay, we've almost built one. Well, that's fine. Man, we're so close, too. But at least our food situation is not as dire as it previously was, because that was quite the problem that we got ourselves into. But we managed to get it out, so, you know, that's fine. It is unfortunate that we are not going to get any of this until that dam construction is finished, or at least, how have they seriously still not done this yet? Man. I definitely should have had wood stationed down here. I know those of you in the comments that were talking about that, hey, you need to have that in place, and then I didn't do it. You have free and full license to tell me I'm an idiot in the comments. You have earned that one, but we were so focused on, you know, trying to make sure we could just survive that it just wasn't going to happen. So to that end, I'm going to go ahead and put in logs here that can at least be stuck here for the future. There's no way this is going to be even worth doing anything with for a while. But hey, at least we got a lot of water and a lot of food stored up. I'm not going to say we're in great shape, but we're in much better shape than we were. 15-day drought. Okay. Could definitely be much worse. Just going to go ahead and just pause all this. I don't think we had anybody coming over here already. No, they can take care of other stuff right now. But we will have that finished before the next temperate season, which will most likely be the end of this episode. When that starts, I think each day is, what, 90 seconds, did we decide? I don't know, maybe 4 seasons ago I had somebody figure that out. Well, the good news is we have plenty of water. This is now all good to go. And this will stay hydrated for quite some time, actually. Farmhouse is just about done. That's looking good. I can plant some more cassavas over here, which is what was supposed to be planted over here in the first place. Then this should be done momentarily, which will guarantee that all of these crops also survive. As soon as we have dynamite, I'm completely redoing all of these to take up less space. I'll tell you what I really miss is those big irrigation towers from the water expansion mod. Those were absolutely choice. But hey, you know, there's nothing wrong with a vanilla playthrough every once in a while. Especially now that we have all this other fun stuff to mess with. So we end up having a little bit of water here that will, some of this will definitely evaporate, but it's a nice jump start for when the temperate season comes back. And should this get super low, we can always get rid of the dams here, like we will soon anyway, and take care of that. We'll end up storing some logs here, even if it is only 20 of them, to help kind of jumpstart our finishing the construction of the dam whenever that comes back around. And all of this is still flooded, of course, but you know, that's not a big deal. Now the thing is going to be, can we pump out enough water in the next however many days to unkill or unflood all these mangrove trees? Because if we can keep this actually sustainably at this level, that's a lot of space to plant mangrove trees. But I don't think we can. I think that's going to be kind of unsustainable. And we'd have to raise the level of the land here to make that really work. We could plant some mangrove trees here too, but they would almost certainly dry out every single season unless we're able to have some sort of a pump thing coming out of here. I just don't really see that as a viable solution. But at least this is pretty much guaranteed to never dry out now. Well, at least this area with the soybeans. We still need some more water pumping. So now I'm kind of hoping this does dry out a little bit because I want these pumps to turn back on. Of course, we could keep building additional pumps. Actually, come to think of it, is that going to be... No, that's in the wrong spot. Because I really would rather not have them only have one unit of depth. That's why I like these being here. Because they can pump all the way down there. I guess I could put in a couple here, but this is just so far away from everything else. I kind of don't want to mess with that. I could put... No, that's still not going to be in the right spot. I just need dynamite. That's what I need. To be able to take care of all that other garbage. Well, at least we didn't die in the last drought. That would have been quite embarrassing to die in episode 5 of a Let's Play. We're going to be completely honest with each other, which I think is important. Okay. Food-wise, looking fine. I don't currently need any more metal, so that's fine to stay off. I don't currently need any more gears, unless I wanted to start making paper. Which I probably should, but I was going to, you know, do this in a way that wasn't stupid. I can definitely unlock the paper mill. Oh, there's a bush there. All right. What we can do, because of the unique shape of some of these buildings, is we can come in here and we can start kind of looping back around this way. And then figuring out what might make sense. I kind of feel like I should have some more fermenters put in. That's probably honestly what we should be doing with all this space anyway. Take advantage of that, and then over here probably would be a good spot to put something. Oh, I don't have these set up to do anything. Okay, so these two are soybeans. Oh no, this one should be soybeans because we have our canola oil right there. Soybeans, cassavas. I guess we'll just change all of these to soybeans, and then these can all be cassavas. I still have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Alright, I think we can safely turn these back on, the breeding pods. So we have those three. I know this is a huge mess. It is an absolute mess. I really want to put in paper mills. But I don't want to waste space. So whatever we put in here is going to have to be accessible, because I can't really do any shenanigans quite yet. I could just put this here, just be done with it. What I really would like to do is put in water wheels here, but I don't have the water flow ability to have it go both this way and really still make any amount of sense. Let's look, we have 1,100 food now. What was I worried about? And now I'm more worried about these these trees being flooded. That is not ideal. All right. Okay, those are full. I guess I'll go ahead and allow them to build a couple of those things when we eventually get there. All right, so that is no longer a problem. I'll unpause all of these things. I guess I can deprioritize a couple of these fermenters that we don't absolutely need. That should still be fine. Yeah, if we can just get our water storage up a little bit, I think we'll be in good shape. I'm going to set that to obtain, because we really should be storing closer to our barracks here with the food. Now, over here, did they actually... Okay, good. They finished that one. They have all the logs to finish that one, so we'll leave that paused so they can refill. Oh, it's already refilled. Okay. Well, in that case, let's just unpause that guy. That's looking good. How's our... Okay, supply is just barely outdoing demand right now. We're going to need another engine. Oh, how I miss the 16,000 horsepower geothermal generator right now. Boy, that thing was nice. So here's what we're going to do. This is never going to flood. So I'm just going to put in some platforms there. We're going to put in a paper mill right down there so we can have access to all of this space. And then I think we can bring our power shafts. Let us bring some out here. And I'll turn one of these into a T shape so we can build down this side. Because I want to start making dynamite as soon as I can. I can actually just go ahead and research all of it now. Just get that out of the way. I have plenty of science. The unfortunate part is that we're not going to be able to really make a lot of dynamite until we have a lot of these paper mills, or at least one that goes on for a while. I guess we need more planks, but this is turned on, so I'm not really worried about that. Should be okay. We actually need more beavers now, which is kind of a problem. Did they finish that? All right, then we'll unblock that. And then when the temperate season comes back, we'll be able to have this full to the gills and actually get rid of all of these things, which honestly we probably should right now anyway. Just go ahead and bite the bullet and get those out of there. Move them to higher ground eventually. Because we also have these canola seeds that need to be stored somewhere else, which is going to require dismantling the engine to get rid of that. Not to store the canola seeds, we just have to find somewhere else to put them, which shouldn't be too hard. We'll just put another thing right there, and I'll just stick that here. Oh, I have to remember what these look like. Yeah, there we go. And then this down here is gears, which also need to live somewhere else. So this needs to be removed. This gatherer flag is great that is there. We should probably focus more on having the berries over here. In fact, I don't think we need so many dandelions. We have 300 of these things. No, 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 no. No, no, no. These are going to become berries. We do not need so many dandelions. I honestly think we'd be fine with just not very many of these. Yeah, so these are all going to become berries. And then we can slowly start weaning ourselves off of this thing over here. Alright, I'm going to move gears up here's. Gears up here's. Yeah, we'll stick all those into this warehouse. We have so many canola seeds we can't possibly do anything with until we increase the output of our oil press, which is not currently making anything because it's been deprioritized because we need more beavers because we have too much stuff going on. Okay, so let's just go ahead and at the very least get this stuff out of here, even if we can't get rid of it quite yet. So that's working. Put our pathway back in here. Our paper mill is not currently milling any paper, which is, I guess, understandable, given the circumstances. But I want to, against all of my better judgment, I want to put in an explosives factory. And I know it's going to be an absolute catastrophe. So I'll put a paper mill in first. Oh, this is almost the correct size to just do one of these numbers, but it's not. I can't really put that any other way, so I guess I'm going to have to... See, that's going to be 3 and then 2. I guess I'll have to just put this here for right now. Yeah, we'll just come around the outside like this. Paper mills right here, and then I could put another one here if I wanted, or I could put another lumber mill, which is probably the better thing to do with the space. But again, we don't have power for it anyway, so it's not like it really matters. And none of these are working. Who can I spare? Well, right now, probably builders. Is this complete? Yes. Good, so that enormous wasteful project is all done. These need to be absolutely lowest priority. So let's see, we got somebody in here. Yes, get somebody in there, get somebody in there. That is very nice. Looking good, looking good. We still haven't... Okay, there goes all that water. But... our water dumps have saved us. That is a fantastic idea. I'm glad we did that. And some of these oak trees have finally grown up, which means more wood that we don't really need. But we need our dandelion plants to be I guess if these aren't actively able to be harvested, we could just get rid of them. So no, they do have to be removed. So we'll do that. And then I'll plant some berry bushes. Because those are much more important than dandelions, of which we have tons. Please tell me I signed up 1,200 storage spaces for dandelions. No, we're changing that. Why did I do that? We do not need 1,200 dandelions. Well, at least we have as many as we have. We'll fix that at a later date when I can figure out what it is I actually want to do with that space. Yeah, the berries over here, much more important. Vastly more important. 38 sheets of paper. Okay, we're waiting on gears that I don't have because I turned these off. So if I turn that back on... Yeah, there we go. Still don't need metal. Thankfully. Dynamite is just kind of produced from paper. There's probably something else I've completely forgotten about that requires for dynamite, but at this exact moment, I don't know what that is, so we're not going to worry about it. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those two things right there so our water can flow freely. And there's 24 logs that can be gathered right here that will let ourselves get. It's going to be nice when this actually fills up and starts overflowing back into this main area. It's going to be nice having access to that much water once again. Although it is probably going to kill these mangrove trees. Unless we can kind of squeeze in an emergency pump over here. Which actually might not be a bad idea. Oh, that's so choice. Okay. This has fruit. We're not going to replant that tree. We're going to cut down that tree after it's been harvested. If I can even force them to come harvest one particular tree. I just wish I could get him to come in and do one tree. But he's busy over there. We're going to have to keep an eye out on this one because what I can do, I can unplant those 6, I think. Yeah. And we'll put our pathway there. We can put an emergency pump here to pump directly out of this mangrove thing. So that will end up being nice. Actually, we could replace these with levees. It probably would be the smarter thing to do. Anyway. Maybe not. We'll leave those as dams. That should be all right. Well, at any rate, the drought is just about done. Happened a little quicker than I thought. I guess we're going to have time today to go through this temperate season as well, which will be nice. To be able to actually take care of all of that. But now we're in good shape. Here comes the end of the drought. And we'll see all this glorious water spring forth and run into the lake. And we should very, very quickly start to see this get a little more full. And hopefully that leads to this Lido actually being usable. We'll see how long it takes. Food-wise, though, we're looking great. Water-wise, we're looking great. We probably should be storing more of it. We probably should be researching the large tank. But I don't want to use that many science points. And I don't have that much metal. So we're waiting on gears. This guy is making gears. Okay, that's looking good. Water is flowing, and boy is it flowing. Coming through here should be shortly, actually. Coming off of that guy. This is filling up. We should see in a little bit this go through these two little canyons right here. And then that will be all good to go. Yeah, so after that scare we had at the beginning of the video, I think we're doing great. In fact, now that we have such a huge backlog of food and water, I think we might actually be able to go ahead and build our hydroponics. Or that might not be what the game calls it. Oh, that is what it calls it. All right, let's research that. We'll put a couple of those in near our barracks in a second here. Yeah, so here comes all the water. We should see this flowing out this way, which it is very slowly. Very, very good. We still need more beavers, though. So hopefully the increased well-being will make them live longer. And I won't have to put more of these breeding pods in, because that's kind of a problem. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to replace those with hydroponic gardens. And then just put this right back on top. And then this one's going to be set to mushrooms. This one's going to be set to algae. We're going to build this all the way around the back, like so. There we go. And we're going to have our Stairs come out this way. Wrap around because I can't do ladders. I miss my ladders. But we're going to be responsible and not play with mods until we're, well, done. Move on to the next thing. Having the vanilla stuff has been nice, actually. Especially with all the new additions to the game, it gives you a chance to actually focus on that instead of, oh, I just want to get back to my trains. Which I do dearly. Please do not mistake my my contentness with the update for a lack of zeal for the trains. Let me assure you, the trains will return. Now the explosives factory is done, which is a fantastic job for beavers to get blown to bits doing, but we're going to have dynamite. Which means we can have a nice fun time fixing everything else. Are you kidding me? This is the only one that hasn't been harvested? Come on. Come get these things, man. Come on. This has to be soon. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's what happens with that. Just come get the fruits. Come on, man. Okay, get that one. Get those fruits. Then go over here. No, don't get that one. Get this one right here. I can see your little blue outline. Come on. Oh, jeez, seriously. Are there any more in there that he can get? Really? They're doing this to spite me now. All right. No, no, go in here. Go in here. And get these berries. Come on. What a troll. Well, this is filling up. I did want it to fill up. We have some time before this becomes a real problem. But I do wish he would just come get these fruits. Come on. All right, you got one chance. One chance to come do this today. All right, you're getting those fruits. Now you're getting those fruits. I thought you already got that one. Are you serious? Maybe you need a helper. You need a second beaver. All right, you got your berries. Now you got to go do something else, huh? Thank you. All right. Now get this tree out of here. Somebody can get this tree out of here. Did we already unplant it? Yeah. So as soon as that's done, it is only 2 logs. I could have just deleted it. But what's the fun of that, right? Look how much water we're getting here. This is nice. Very, very nice. Which means our Lido will, at least for a certain amount of time, be accessible for our beavers. And some of them will get a well-being boost. And this tree needs to be cut down. I guess I can't really count on it, can I? Probably wouldn't be super wise for me to wait for it, would it? Yeah, they're all getting the wet fur bonus, I can tell you that right now. Alright, if they don't cut this down in the next 10 seconds, then I'm going to go ahead and just delete it. Alright, it's not looking good for this tree. Let it be known, I tried not to be wasteful. Yeah, these guys sure are going to do that quick, though. Alright, let's put that pump in. Alright, we'll just make that a high priority pump. And then, eventually, when this starts draining, we'll be in okay shape. We're waiting on... Oh, we're waiting on metal blocks. I guess I better put that one back on. Oh, I need to have a storage for the dynamite, don't I? Alright, so that's what both of these are going to be. Well, we're at the end of the thing. We have a 22 days. Oh, I didn't look at that. Oh, no. Well, if we were going to have a 22-day drought, I'm glad it was after we put all this water in here. Oh, that's going to be such a problem for us next time. But that is a next time me problem. So I get to figure that out in a couple days. Well, I was hoping to get the hydroponics at least started, but they need gears and metal blocks, and now we have a substantially lower amount of power because these wheels aren't going to be turning much longer. But hey, at least we have storage for our dynamite. And our gears. What are these guys carrying? Kohlrabi's, 28 of them. Nice. Well, you know, all things considered, I think we did well. This is not an ideal solution at all, but I can almost assure you that in 13.5 days, these will not be underwater. I don't know about 10.7 days, but 13 days, yeah, all that water is going to be gone. We're going to be pumping out of here pretty much non-stop this entire time. All this stuff is looking good. We've got a nice amount of food in the process of being stored up. We have plenty of berries being put in here. So, you know, I think stuff is going just fine. We'll obviously have to wait a little while for the hydroponic gardens to come in place, but that shouldn't be too much longer. We just need to maybe beef up our wood supply and all of that stuff, but it does seem to be going a little better. I'm going to go ahead and unplant a bunch of these pines and then replant them with oaks, which right now is just those two trees. But long term, we're going to want more and more of the higher yield trees. We won't do it all at once, of course. But that is a nice start. We'll probably put a second forester in somewhere. Probably should have one here, I think. Would be a smart move. We're still actually down on job vacancies, which is kind of surprising, but I guess not really, considering all the stuff we just built. I think I can safely deprioritize a couple of these paper mills. Yeah, all the way down. Let them go do something else. That won't be the end of the world. But yeah, I think we're in a good spot. We did somehow manage to survive all of that doom and gloom at the beginning of the episode, and we're in a very good position for the future. And I just want to thank you for being here. It's always fun to do these, and the element of suspense, I think, adds a lot of intrigue to this as well. But here we are at the beginning of a 22-day drought, here in cycle 14, and stuff looks like it's going well, but we all know that could change in the blink of an eye if I make some sort of stupid mistake. So you're going to have to find out what happens next time when we come back to this. Of course, we're going to have this weekend, hopefully, I can find time to do a live stream, restart, or I guess it's not really restarting, resuming the Drowned Nightmare mode map. With the update for stuff, we will have to reconfigure some of the food and all the trees and stuff in there. But hoping to be able to do that sometime this weekend, and then, of course, City Skylines as well. And then tomorrow, another episode of Ostriv. And we're getting to the point in that playthrough, of course, where it's starting to get a little bit less interesting because it's more of the same, just kind of repeating at different spots of the map. So those episodes will likely feature more time lapses, maybe some time skips, and everything like that. So hopefully that stays entertaining. We've got all sorts of other fun stuff to get to as well. So I hope you'll stick around for all of it. I know I enjoy having you here, and I'm just thankful that you choose to spend a little bit of your time today. Even if this is the only video you see, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for checking out the channel. Hope you'll check out everything else, of course, but if not, that is just fine too. So whatever else you have going on with your day, hope you have fun and stay safe, and we will see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.